Hello everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you in our YouTube channel Gurmantra Shiksha Ka Granth, and I am your educator Saranya, and today we are going to start our part 3 of plant biotechnology. Okay, so plant biotechnology part 3. Already two classes have been completed in the plant biotechnology. This is our third class. Some of you guys were wondering whether if the videos are not uploaded daily. The answer is the videos are uploaded daily, whether it is festival or not. Every day the video is being uploaded. If you cannot find the videos in the playlist, you can actually find the videos in the videos section of Gurmantra YouTube channel. Okay, if it is not present in the playlist, because in playlist it will be only present if it is updated regularly. Sometimes it is not updated regularly, so you will get all the videos in the video section. Okay, so it will be on the sequence of the order of uploaded videos. Okay, so you can find it in there, or else in the Telegram channel also I am actually uploading the videos daily for Hindi as well as in English. Even if that is not sufficient for you guys, you can simply go to the Gurmantra YouTube channel and search for the videos. Okay, and especially the videos will be posted, okay, at 10 a.m. for Hindi and 10:30 a.m. for English. You go to Gurmantra YouTube channel at 10:30 a.m. for English and open the videos section. The first video will be the today's uploaded video. Okay, so that way you can find it, because sometimes it gets delayed to be uploaded in the playlist section, so you can find the videos in the video section. Okay, no hassle at all. Okay, so don't think that the videos are not uploaded. I'm actually updating you all the details about the videos uploaded in the Telegram channel. So I request all of you to join the Telegram channel Gurmantra, so that you can actually get the notification and updates about the videos. Okay, I am posting daily about the videos in Hindi as well as in English. Okay, so you can follow either that, or you can simply go to the Gurmantra YouTube channel and check the videos section daily. Okay, 10 a.m. for Hindi, 10:30 a.m. for English. Okay, so don't be confused that whether the videos are uploaded or not. The videos are uploaded regularly and daily without any stoppage. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, all of your portions has to be completed. So how can I take off in between? I cannot, right? So because it's a 3 months program, so all this every single day we are going to utilize it to complete your portions. So don't worry at all. We do not have much portions left. We have animal biotechnology and genetics. Others all is done. Okay, others all is done. And yes, we will definitely have some more numerical dose sessions, so that you guys get a good hang of the problem solving. Okay, so don't worry at all, no tension. Okay, we will complete everything. So this is, if this is the issue I wanted to address. If any one of you does not find the videos in the playlist, you can actually find that in the videos section. Okay, so today is our part 3 of plant biotechnology, and we are going to see the topics: hybrids, somatic hybrids, transgenic plants, and plant secondary metabolites. Okay, so first let's understand what is hybridization. Okay, what is hybrid and what is hybridization? This is cell A. So this is your cell A. So this is your cell A and this is your cell B. Both are different cells. You can see from the morphology itself that it is different. That is why I've shaded the nucleus of A cell and I have put dots in the B cell, so that you can find the difference between the both. And next we are going to fuse A and B cell. Okay, how can you fuse? With agents like polyethylene glycol. You can use polyethylene glycol agents for fusion. Okay, so the fusion will be like this. This is your fused cell, where you will have the nucleus of cell A and nucleus of cell B. So if a cell contains more than one nucleus from different cells, that is called as heterokaryon. Karyon means nucleus. Hetero means two different nucleus are present, and cytoplasm will also be mixed. Fusion means basically mixing. Okay, so this is your A cell, this is your B cell. The nucleus of A cell and the nucleus of B cell cytoplasm of A cell and cytoplasm of B cell. Everything will be fused together. Okay, that is what happens in a fusion experiment. Okay, so you'll get two types of products. One product is that, okay, so this is what is heterokaryon. After heterokaryon, this is not the final step, this is the in between step, intermediate step. After heterokaryon, two steps can happen. One is this, the other one is this. So the in the first one you can see loss of nucleus of B cell. Okay, so after heterokaryon stage, one nucleus can be lost. It can be of either A cell or B cell. I have taken the example of B cell. You can see here the loss of nucleus of the B cell. B cell nucleus is lost. Only one cytoplasm is, only one nucleus is present, but cytoplasm is of both. Okay, nucleus is of A, okay, but cytoplasm is of A and B. Okay, okay, here it is given nucleus of A in B's cytoplasm, but actually nucleus is of A only, but cytoplasm is of both A and B. Cytoplasm is mixed, but actually nucleus, both the nucleus will also be present, but one nucleus is lost. Okay, whichever is not suitable is lost. So this is called as cybrid. Okay, this is called as cybrid. Okay, this is called as cybrid, where you will have the nucleus of only one cell, but the cytoplasm will be a mixture of both the cells. Next you have, next is, this is the second type. One can happen cybridization. Second is, you can see cell A and B is getting fused. In this, cytoplasm is also of cell A and B. Nucleus is also of cell A and B, which means the nucleus is also getting fused here. You can see here the nucleus has also been fused. Cytoplasm is definitely fused, but here the nucleus is also fused. So this forms synkaryote. Synkaryote means hybrid. Okay, it forms the hybrid, and this type of cell is called as somatic hybridization. This process is called as somatic hybridization, where the cytoplasm also fuses and nucleus also fuses. If the cytoplasm fuses but the nucleus is not, one nucleus is lost, then that is called as cybridization. Okay, I hope you guys understand what is cybridization and somatic hybridization. Okay. Okay. So somatic hybridization, it is the fusion of two somatic cells in vitro. What is somatic cells? Somatic cells is nothing but your body cells. Your body cells are called as somatic cells. Okay. So fusion of two somatic cells in vitro. In vitro means laboratory conditions. Okay, in vitro means outside the body in the laboratory condition. Okay, so cytoplasm of both the cells are fused. You can see cytoplasm of the both cells are fused. Okay, fusion elements. What are the fusion elements that can be used? So you can use fusogenes. You can use fusogenes. Array. Okay, so you can either use fusogenes or polyethylene glycol. These are the fusion agents. Okay, and hybrids, you will get hybrids. In somatic hybridization, you will get hybrids, and they are also of two types. One is symmetric hybrid, another one is asymmetric hybrid. In symmetric hybrid, both the nucleus will be present. In asymmetric, one nucleus will be discarded. Okay, and that will become your cybrid. Okay, that will become your cybrid. Okay, asymmetric somatic hybridization is called as cybridization. All right. Okay, so you can see here, you can see here cell A and cell B. Okay, you're using the fusion agent polyethylene glycol. The cell fuses. Okay, so the cell fuses and the two nuclei are present in the same cell. This is called as heterokaryon. Heterokaryon. This is called as heterokaryon. Okay. This is called as heterokaryon. So after heterokaryon stage, you will get another stage. Okay, when two nucleus are present, it is called as symmetric. If only one nucleus is present, the other one is discarded, it is called as asymmetric. Okay, it is called as asymmetric. So next is hybridization. What is hybridization? So far we have been seeing what is somatic hybridization. Now we will see hybridization. So in this also fusion of two somatic cells, that is our body cells, cytoplasmic contents of both parent cells will be present. Both the cytoplasm will fuse. Okay, fusion of cytoplasm, but nucleus from one parent only. Nucleus will be from one parent only. In this hybrid you can see nucleus is from A only. B's nucleus has been discarded, and for the fusion polyethylene glycol is the agent that is being used. So next topic we are going to understand is transgenic plants. So plant cell is basically totipotent in nature. We know that they have high genetic plasticity, that also we know. They are highly stable. So plant cell, from plant cell you actually take the nucleated living cell. Okay, you take the nucleated living cell from plant. From the plant you obtain the cells, that is called as explant. Okay, so that is called as, this is called as explant. Okay, so explant is taken and dedifferentiation occurs. What is dedifferentiation? Meristematic cells that do not divide, which means what happens? Dedifferentiation, already differentiated cells will be converted into callus. Okay, already differentiated cells will be converted into callus. So that is the dedifferentiation stage. So callus means what? It is the mass of undifferentiated cells. Okay, from callus it will go for redifferentiation. It will get induction. Induction means signal. Induction signal will be given and it will be differentiated into type of cell which is required. From that the whole plant development will take place. Okay, so this is the way your plant, from the explant you can create your whole plant. So what are the selective agents that can be used to know if your transgenic plant is the one or not? Okay, there are some selection techniques that can be used to know if your cell is transgenic or not. Okay. Okay, so the selective agents can be, and the selective, here's a table where you have the selective agents, and the genes responsible for that. Okay, selective agents are nothing but your selection markers, which we studied in recombinant DNA technology, right? Selection markers, those are the selection agents. Okay, so it can be either streptomycin, for that the gene is spt, hygromycin, the gene is hpt, glufosinate, the genes are pat, glyphosate, the gene is ESPS or ARO-A. Then you have bromoxynil, and for that BXN is the gene. Neomycin, NPT is the gene. Okay, so this slide is very important. You can take the screenshot of this slide because the questions they might ask you from this. Which gene is responsible for what type of selecting agent used in the transgenic plants? Okay, so gene for crop improvement. What are the genes that are used for crop improvement? Bar gene. What is bar gene? It is used for herbicide resistance. Then you have VIP3A, VIP3A. It is for insect resistance. Then you have beta-A for the nourishment. Then you have GSH11 for heavy metal tolerance. These are some of the genes for crop improvement. Okay, so the next one is plant secondary metabolites. This is very important topic. From this so many questions they ask you. So what are the different plant secondary metabolites that are produced? One is terpenes. The second one is phenolics. The third one is nitrogen containing compounds, and the fourth one is sulfur containing compounds. And what are terpenes? You have monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes, diterpenes, and there are so many examples for terpenes. Then you have phenolic compounds like coumarin. Coumarin is present in your turmeric, lignin, flavonoids, then tannins, then nitrogen containing compounds like alkaloids, cyanogenic glucosides, then you have non-protein amino acids, sulfur containing compounds, you have glutathione, you have thionins, defensins. All of these are some of the examples of plant secondary metabolites. You should know one important fact, that secondary metabolites are some of the commercial products that are produced by the plant in the stationary phase. Okay, so you know this is the graph for the growth. You have lag phase, log phase, stationary phase. So in this phase, where the cell growth will be equal to death, cell growth will be equal to death, secondary metabolites production will take place. Secondary metabolites production will be taking place. Okay, so you should remember this stage, stationary phase. I'll write here. Okay, stationary phase. So plant secondary metabolites, it has several functions. I told you it has so many functions because it's highly commercially valuable. It can do UV protection, nitrogen storage, it can attract the pollinating insects, seed dispersion, root nodule bacteria, and adapted herbivores, that is called as specialists. Okay, then for competing plants, inhibition of the germination and growth seedlings, and for microbes it will be like a defense from bacteria, virus, and fungi, so it will be inhibited like an antibacterial stuff. Then you have herbivores like insects, mollusks, and vertebrates. As a defense mechanism, it will be acting like a repellent, toxic, and growth inhibition. These are the secondary metabolites which can do all these functions, attraction as well as defense. So in this tabular column, you can see some of the secondary metabolites and the plant that produces it and the part of the plant that produces it and its uses. You should know this. Most of the time they ask you questions from these topics like what secondary metabolites, from which plant, from which part, and what is the use. Basically, they will ask you the name and the use. You should know this. Okay, quinine is for an antimicrobial drug and it is obtained from cinchona tree, and that is bark. Okay, you can actually remember it like quinine, cinchono bark, and anti-malarial drug. This is a very common thing. I hope you guys already know this. Nicotine also, you know, it is from tobacco plants. Okay, tobacco, especially leaves, and it is used like an insecticide. Next, morphine and cocaine. This also, you know, it is obtained from opium, which is a fruit, and it acts like an analgesic or a painkiller. Next, you can actually learn the most common ones. Okay, then you have reserpine. Reserpine is for snake bite. Okay, it is a medicine for snake bite. Then you have caffeine. Caffeine you get from coffee plant. It is CNS, central nervous system stimulant. Okay, next you have nimbin, which is obtained from neem plants. It is antiseptic. Then you have scopolamine. Scopolamine from datura. Okay, datura plant you can get it, and it acts like a sedative. Sedative is a sleeping pill. Then you have pyrethroids that you obtain from chrysanthemum. It is acting like an insecticide. So you can actually, if you want, take the screenshot of this slide and study the alkaloids, which are the secondary metabolites, and their uses. Also the plant parts which are involved in this. Okay. Okay, so the next is again plant secondary metabolites. It is used for defense, attraction, and UV protection and storage. Okay, this is again the same picture which we already saw. Okay, for defense, it will be like for toxicity, growth inhibition, repellence. from the microbes, viruses, bacteria, and fungi, growth, inhibition, and toxicity. From the competing plants, inhibition of the germination and growth. Then for attraction, it is used for pollination purpose, seed dispersal, root nodule formation, and adaptive herbivores. Okay. So that is all for today's class, guys. I hope you understood the concepts very well. In the comment section, you can let me know about your any queries. Okay. So if you are a CSI net aspirant and are interested in joining an academy detailed paid class subscription, you can do that by following Neha Taneja ma'am. Okay, in this course you'll get daily live classes, live test quizzes, structured courses, and unlimited access. To get 10% off, you have to use the referral code Neha. You can use the referral code Neha. So like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel Gurmantra Shiksha Ka Granth. Definitely join the Telegram channel Gurmantra to get the updates regularly. Okay, if you have any further queries, you can mail us in this email ID. You can also contact in this number. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day and always keep smiling.